Alright, how to make the AK47 overpowered in Cold War. Let's get into it. Alright, before I actually show off the class, I just want to say this gun is so good. It has literally like no recoil. It can shred at like any range. I say it's up there to be one of the best guns in Cold War currently. So I definitely recommend using this before it might potentially get a nerf. Also, if you do enjoy or find this video helpful, and want to see more best classes for mostly every other gun, high kill gameplays, and other helpful videos, please consider subscribing. It only takes a couple of seconds, but let's get into the actual class. Alright, moving into the actual class, I will put a picture of it on screen, but I am actually going to try to quickly run through all the attachments and everything in the class. So moving into it, let's start off with the attachments. So we actually are using perk read on this class, so we don't have the gunfighter for attachments. So our first attachment is going to be muzzle, and we're using the muzzle brake 7.62. This will give us plus 4% vertical recoil control, and I personally think this is the best one to run because it has no negatives, no cons, and it'll give us recoil control or vertical recoil control, which is really helpful. To start, this gun doesn't have a lot, but putting this on, even though it's only 4%, will give it literally like no recoil. So for our next attachment, which is the barrel, we're running the 18.2 takedown barrel. This will give us plus 150% effective damage range and minus 5% sprint movement speed. So to start off with the effective damage range, this is really helpful because this will make sure that the AK is shredding at these long distance ranges, which is just, it makes it so good. And minus 5% isn't huge because you probably won't even be able to notice that you're moving that much slower. Alright, so for our third attachment, which is the body, we're running the Tiger Team Spotlight. This will give us plus 40% reveal distance and only minus 10% sprint to fire time. So for the reveal distance, you might think it's a little weird, but you can see in the gameplay that when I'm aiming at people, there's like this red dot above people's head, which is so helpful, especially in multiplayer. Like on Cartel, this is huge. If you're just like looking at someone through like the bushes, there will be a red dot above their head and you can just track them through the bushes. And it also just makes them easier to see on like head glitches and things. So I actually really recommend this, and I'm going to start using this on other guns too. And the sprint to fire time isn't huge because you're not going to be really running and gunning with this like as if it were an SMG or shotgun. And for the fourth attachment, which is the magazine, we're rocking a 40 round. Now this one is kind of hard to decide because I think like all the mags are pretty good, but this one, the only negative is minus 10% reload speed, and I think you do need more than the starting ammo, which is 30 bullets, so which this is 40. I don't think you should really run the 50 because I think that has some other negatives that could affect you. So personally, I just think this is the best mag to run. And for the final attachment, which is the handle, we're rocking the GRU elastic wrap. This will give us plus 30% aim down sight time, plus 90% flinch resistance. You can aim while going prone. The cons are minus 10% shooting move speed and minus 15% sprint to fire time. So for the plus 30% aim down sight speed, this is huge. Plus 30% is actually a pretty big number, so you'll be able to just ADS so much faster, which I think you know why is helpful. The 90% flinch resistance. Flinch is like when you're aiming in and you're getting shot, like your sight might move a little, and flinch is really annoying, so this is really helpful. And aiming while going prone, if you ever drop shot like you're used to doing in other games, this will help because you can stay ADS'd while you're drop shotting. For some reason in this game, if you don't have like this attachment on while you're going to lay down, it'll actually like take you out of your sight, which is annoying. But the cons, the negative 10% shoot move speed, that's really just nothing huge. In the sprint to fire time, like I said earlier, you're not going to be really running and gunning with this as if it were like an SMG or shotgun. Alright, so that is all for the attachments on the AK, but for the rest of the class, I will throw another picture up on the screen of it, but I'll basically just run through it. So for the secondary, this is completely preference. If you want to find like an OP shotgun class, go for it for those close quarters, but I'm just rocking a 1911 and I don't really have mine leveled up. But for the tactical equipment, stim shot, I've been playing a lot of core. You know, when you're getting shot, you want to be able to heal, so stim shot's definitely the best tactical equipment if you're playing core. Lethal Semtex, I think this is the best lethal equipment. Field upgrade, I recommend either using the field mic or the jammer. For the first perks, I'm using tac mask and flak jacket. Tac mask is huge, so when you're getting stunned, like if you don't have this on, it'll basically like stop you and there's literally like nothing you can do, so that'll prevent that. Flak jacket, you don't want to die to all those lethal equipment, so that's very helpful. Scavenger, if you're going on long streaks, you need to replenish your ammo, really helpful. Gearhead, that'll recharge your field upgrades quicker. Ghost, you obviously don't want to show up on the enemy's mini-map. Ninja, this will make you quieter because footsteps are so loud in this game, so that's very helpful. And then obviously you need to be rocking perk read to get all those 6 perks. So that is all for the whole class. I definitely recommend you try out this AK. I think everyone, or I don't know how, I have a blueprint for it which has most of these attachments for it. I don't know how I got it, maybe everyone has it, but it has most of the attachments, so I definitely recommend rocking that blueprint. But I do actually go on a little 15 streak in this gameplay with this class, so I will let that play out. It's really unfortunate that I died at the end because I had my war machine out and I was trying to shoot this guy. But if you don't know, when you spawn in, like, they have spawn protection to your war machine, so I couldn't even kill him. So that's how I died, but I will let the rest of the gameplay play out.